Good night once again. We're here once again with another Sports Frenzy podcast. And I know that it's been a minute since we have spoke about some track and field. So we decided that tonight we're going to switch gears. And you know that we normally come here and talk about football, NFL, NBA, and on Thursdays that's cricket. So we decided that we're going to switch our focus since as there's a lot of things looming in the track and field circle. Now, the other day I know that Kim said that he's not really into that one anymore. And by the way, good night, sir. Welcome once again. And I
Blessings,
see two people
blessings.
come from the comment section already. I see Latoya and I also see Michelle. Good night, ladies. Um, the other day, your one time wifey, I should say, I don't know if you still have any sort of feelings towards her, but she ended up copying that RJR Sports Foundation Sportswoman of the Year award. No surprises there really because she had a very good year. So what you have to say about her and what you think about it? Because on the male side also, Hansle Parchment got the Sportsman of the Year. Any surprises or whatnot?
um, for Elaine, absolutely not. She was obviously she was the best Jamaican this year. She never really started out the season so hot, of course. Because of variety of stuff, injuries. Probably wasn't on form, etc., etc. But as soon as she geared down into championship mode, she showed her class. And then win the championships again. Double Olympic champ, Olympic record, world's fastest woman, um, Diamond League champion. We could name all the accolades that she have accomplished. Over this over this past year. So with that being said, absolutely, no doubt that she shouldn't have won. Sportswoman of the Year. So she definitely deserved it. And I was seeing her, her Facebook post when, she was saying that, things like this is what inspire her to keep going, and she's laser focused for this upcoming championship. So I'm really excited to see what, what she will produce, especially under new management, under new coach, under new regime. I'm very excited to see, what she's coming with.
Here's Michelle saying that well deserved for Elaine. I agree, totally deserving of it. But
Mm-hmm.
when I look at Mr. Parchment now on the other hand, this is a guy that, boy, when you really check the levels in the Kims, people basically wrote off this guy at one point because of his struggles with injuries and all that. But
Mm-hmm.
and that people that are close in the circles knew that he had something up his sleeve because you and I have one particular what I call him, little birdie. That birdie told me from a long way out because you know that person is close to you as well. They told me from
Mm-hmm.
a far way out and said that hey, he has something coming and so
Mm-hmm.
said so done, and he won the gold medal ahead of Grant Holloway who dominated the season. So Parchment, easy pick for you, or you think that somebody else could have been in the conversation?
Well, I was just about to ask you who else was in the conversation because I know track and field wise, it could only be Parchment or if you want to say Ronald Levy as well, and because I guess he won a medal, right?
Hmm.
Yeah, I think he won a medal, so I could say either Parchment or Ronald Levy. I don't see anybody else on the male side for sports where I could say, okay, this person was good enough, that person was good enough, winning. I remember we were talking about it at some earlier podcast when we were saying that, you know, an Olympic medal, weighs a whole lot more than just a simple world championship medal.
Facts.
Right. So him winning a gold medal at the Olympics, especially when, there were talks about, oh, that guy from over Tumbleweed, shouldn't remain nameless. He was saying that oh, he deserves a spot, and then if he was to get a spot, then obviously Parchment would probably have be the one who had to give way. But life always work out itself in a particular way, and see him come win goal, and we know if that guy was in the championships, even if he was leading, can't run
Choke.
under pressure. Can't run under pressure.
Facts.
Him see Grant Holloway, big steps, heavy breathing coming down. He's going to fall and he's going to fall. So, well deserved for Parchment. Obviously the wonderful story that that was told. When he got lost, and the lady give him some money, and then after he won the gold medal, he went back and he found the lady and reimbursed her. Those stories really and truly just write itself, and could have been more proud for such a humble guy.
And here's Chris, the sports guy, saying that too dominant to win it, and that's in reference
Hmm.
to Elaine. And here's Christoph saying that happy to see Elaine win, she deserved it. And here's also Chris saying that the guy Fraser McConnell could have won it.
Who's
He
that?
put Jamaica on the map for rallycross. It did well because he actually won, and I believe is celebrated by doing the Usain Bolt salute. So that guy could have possibly posed a challenge. He's like 23 years old, I believe. So he could
What?
have been in the
The
mix
sport
here.
name Rallycross?
Yeah,
I don't think
I
they
say I
give
never
him.
heard of it.
Honestly, Chris, congrats to that guy, but I don't think they can give somebody who win Rallycross. No disrespect to the sport, but I just don't think they can give somebody who win
Yes, Christoph saying
Rallycross.
that well deserved a Parchment, a working guy from my yeah, hardworking guy from my school. I agree. But
Yep.
Kims, we never really get to do this last year, but now is the time that we're going to do it. In terms of the medal hall, they had like 9 last year. Out of 10, how do you rank those 9 medals that they cupped in terms of the expectation, the
Hmm.
performances that you saw, and all of
Hmm.
that? How would you rank the performances?
All right. So, for the 100 meters, women, of course, that one, two, three. My expectation, I think I had one, two, four. I think that's what I had. I think I had one, two, four. So I really wasn't expecting a one, two, three. Obviously, I was expecting Elaine to win, and I was expecting Shelly to come second, and I had Sherika Jackson to come fourth. But I think that one, two, three out of 10, then have to rank it. 10 out of 10. Obviously, you're gonna get in one, two, three in any feat, whether it be rallycross, Olympics, whatever it is. Getting one, two, three is always a monumental thing, for the country. Is always, it always get us together. Obviously we knew what happened, with the females, so far apart they were and stuff. But for the fans, from for us watching on, we're really proud of them and everything that they brought to the table, of course. So I believe the one, two, three for that, I'll give it a 10 out of 10. Um, so that's 3 medals. About the 110 hurdles now for men. Obviously, Parchment goal, Levy bronze. Obviously, very unexpected. I said that they will get 1 medal, obviously, in the 110 hurdles. No, or did I say? No, I actually said 2 medals, but I said silver and bronze. Not gold. So getting the goal. Obviously, I thought Grant Holloway was unbeatable. But obviously it is hurdles, and you get a bad start, to clip a hurdle, any possible thing can happen. So for Grant Holloway, to lose that to a Hansle Parchment, I would give that, and I'll give that another 10, just based off a surprising element. I just think it was really a shocker to any one of us. No one will bring their money to just better any better and say Answer Parchment is going to win the 110 hurdle. So I'm really, so that one is a 10 out of 10 for me. How much medal that? At a 5.
Hmm.
Megan Tapper, right? She
Yep.
won, she won bronze, right?
Hmm.
Um, another shocker, another shocker. Again, she was one of them who they wanted to take out to put in Daniel Williams, because they say, oh, Daniel
Yes,
Williams should
sir.
go. And so, but again, as I said, these stories really and truly write themselves. They write themselves because she has been training hard. Her husband trains her, and I know a lot of persons don't like that. But her husband trains her. She's doing absolutely well. I'm going to give that. Obviously, I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10 for me, because obviously it's not a goal, it's a bronze. But no one expected her to medal again. I think she was running out of one of the far, either lane 1 or
I think it,
lane,
I think
I
it was
one of those.
9.
Yeah, either 1 or 9. One of them far lanes
No man,
must have been.
it was far right man, so it was 9. A bit it's
Yeah,
between 8 to 9.
okay. Yeah, she was running from one of those far lanes. And, um, what she did, how confident she was, and
Mm-hmm.
obviously the emotion. For me, again, if you guys have been watching Sports Frenzy, for me, I'm always a sucker for a good story. And she telling her story, how happy she was. I've never seen somebody so happy for a bronze medal in my life. But how happy she was, how grateful she was, how blessed she felt, and how she, continued, to big up the Jamaican people, and how, the outpour of her personality came forward. And it's really nice to see because, a lot of times we see these athletes, and obviously, as fans, we can be very critical of them. We can
Facts.
be very, very critical of them, and, sometimes deserving or undeserving. Who knows? We just be on a computer screen and attack. We're not train. We're not doing none of that. We're not doing the nutrition, all of that. So, there's
Facts.
a lot of things coming to it. So, actually, when these athletes achieve such success, and just to see the emotion come out and to see the human aspect come out of these athletes, it's really good. So, I'll give her an 8 for that. How much that now? 5, that's 6.
6.
All right, 7, the 4x1 for women. That was a goal, but I'll give that an 8.5. Obviously, because it never meet expectations. Expectation for me was
Record.
obviously the world record. That's what we
Facts,
wanted.
bro.
You
Facts, brother.
know, obviously the world record. I didn't like how they set up the team one, but obviously, Sharika don't know how to pass the button, so obviously she have to run the ankle leg. Right, but again, even the Brianna Williams Elaine exchange was absolutely poor. They go up there
Facts.
like they were very nervous and they just didn't execute properly. Hopefully at these World Championships they can get it right. So for my expectation, I was expecting gold medal, world record, and total dominance. There was still some gray area around there. Are they disqualified? Are they not? So for me, I'll give it an 8.5. Obviously, they got the gold medal, so that was a primary objective. But obviously, we're greedy as Jamaicans, so we wanted that record as well. That record we believe belongs to us. We have the men's record, so we want the women's one as well. So hopefully for the World Championships we can get it. So that's an 8.5 out of 10 for me.
And the 4 by
That's a
4.
that's a 7 medal, right?
Yeah.
7 medals so far. Four
Mm-hmm.
by four for women. USA win. Who comes second again? I don't know who come third. Was it Poland who come second?
Yeah, I believe they were the one.
All right. So for me, I'll give it a 6.5. 6.5. Why? Because we can't lose to Poland, brother. I don't care what them have going over there. In the 400 meter, I can't remember one Polish athlete in that final. Probably they were.
But yeah, what though, Kims? You
Mm-hmm.
may not see them in the individual events, but this is what these things teams tend to focus on. So when it comes on to relay, they'll kill you all day long. What they focus on is a technical aspect of relay in terms of passing that button around. That is what they're good at.
No,
And so
but never. I understand what you're saying, but for a 4x4, it's really
it's no reason to
if
come to that. I
yeah,
get what you're going to say, but listen
yeah,
though.
yeah.
You see, based on all these things develop over the years, this is what I've noticed with a lot of these European teams.
Mm-hmm,
They
mm-hmm,
focus a lot on relays. They may not
mm-hmm,
be good individually, but it's when it comes down to relay, they'll beat you all day long.
mm-hmm. Yep. So, but then again, I'm looking at the times. Remember, even though what's her name never run individual attention, Stephanie McPherson, even though she didn't run, right? We still had Sherika Jackson,
Yeah.
obviously who was the bronze medalist for the last Olympics. We still have we still had Candice, who was a finalist in the 4x4. We still had I don't remember what the other two
I think it's
females.
Ranisha McGregor actually standing first there.
Ranisha McGregor, and there's somebody else too.
I
Um,
believe in it.
there's somebody else, but I think that the team will have. Obviously, we know that we could not beat the United States at all. Right, the button did have to drop to beat US. So we take ourselves from that, and I believe as it shakes in the comment section, so I believe Shakes was one of them who was saying that think we're gonna get bronze or fourth, something like that. I remember, and I
Mm-hmm.
was like, no, we have to get the silver medal because I'm saying Poland them can work on technical them want. Like when they talk about foot speed, they're not as good as us. But I didn't think that we ran the 4x4 particularly well. Again, these things, as you can probably attest to, as I say with Poland, the strategy, who you start, who run second, who run third, who run anchor, it plays a big role. If you are a giant like the United States, anybody can start second, anchor, blah blah blah. Them still are going. Once the button drop, they're still going to win because they're just far superior. So, I give them a 6.5 because, we wanted that silver medal. We wanted to, at least go out, with a bang, but, we get a bronze medal. So I'm still grateful. So that's 8. Where the next one come from? You get me
Elaine,
ask me. Oh, the 200 now. Obviously, for Elaine itself, obviously, I'm happy for her. I'll give it a 10. But I believe that we should have had two medals in that 200
at the
meter.
least.
2 medals at least. I believe Sherika Jackson. I know that they said that she was running under instruction, but I don't know. As an athlete, I think you have to. We'll talk about this in football, in basketball, in
Context,
NFL.
situation awareness.
Yes, situational awareness. You must have that. I don't know. You're going across the line. I don't even see you looking across to see if you can speed up. You're just going across the line
Bro,
like
the
this.
fact is that you don't even need to look across. There's a big screen right up there for
I,
you to
I
see.
look up. Yeah, yeah,
Simple.
yeah. Like,
Up to
like, come
this
on,
very day,
man.
bro, I'm still upset with that decision by
Because
her.
you see what Elaine do. When Elaine come off the curve, Elaine was probably in fifth or sixth, and then she just come back and get that automatic qualifying
And
spot,
then shut it
and
down.
and then shut it down. That's what we wanted Sherika to do. But okay, Sherika wasn't there. Shelly and Fraser Price. Remember, people, and I must remind you guys who are in the comment section and who are listening but not commenting. I must remind you guys at the Jamaican trials, Shelly
Right?
and Fraser Price was the first one who came forward and said, "Hey, I am a fast finisher now." No,
Facts.
guys, I'm not picking at Shelly and Fraser. I am simply repeating her words, what she said. She said she's a fast finisher now. So what can you as a Jamaican fan, you as a Jamaican, what can you expect in a 200 meter? Well, you're definitely going to expect fast finishing. But what I saw in that 200 meter, when obviously Elaine crossed the line, blistering speed, and then Mboma came second. Then
Yeah.
I'm looking Shelly and Fraser, 40 meters to go. She's in third place. I'm saying, well, guess what? Now is the time that you're supposed to prove that you're a fast finisher. Go across the line and get this done. Only to see Gabby Thomas, who I guess is a faster finisher, come and grab that bronze. So I believe that for this upcoming World Championships, Shelly and Fraser just need to be a little bit more humble. Do more work than talking. I understand she had a chip on her shoulder at the Jamaican trials, and she felt it very necessary. She felt it. It was her moment, her time to shine. She won the 100, she won the 200, so she wanted to throw all the shade. But as I've said to Levon and many others, there were no medals being given away in January, February, March, or April, May. No medals at that
You
point in
surprised
time
me
at
doing
all.
it, bro. Tell her
Why?
why. You have been loyal to Elaine for a minute. I remember it was you against literally everybody
Mm-hmm.
because you believed in her right throughout. And then for me to see you come across in other sports and just switch over to other teams, man, it's actually surprising, man, because you have been on this girl tail for the longest while. So kind of surprising in a sense.
Well, again, okay. So, like for example, a team like Manchester United, I really and truly have no insight on Manchester United. So this is just me being a blind fan. And the Lakers, the same. I have no insight. And Elaine, I have
All
quite
the
a quite
insights.
a bit of
Yeah,
insight.
man.
So I'm able to still know that she's working. As I said, I came and I told you guys, I said, hey, she's doing a lot of block starts, a
How much
lot
did
of
they say?
block starts.
250 to 300?
Yes, man, a lot of blocks out because she knows say, obviously she knows she have the speed, but she knows Shelly have the start. So she must either get up with her, get up before her, or Shelly can just get up and in her running before Elaine in her running, or else it's over. So she was working on that and she was very determined for that. So again, as I said before, and I think you guys should follow it with more information, you can
Opinion can
always
change.
change your opinion. Don't make nobody tell you say, "Oh, double down on your foolishness." No, you can change
Facts.
your opinion.
I hear Shake saying that. Good night. Good night, my brother. I guess Kims don't understand what language that is, but at
Isn't
least
that isn't that some crazy language, some European language?
it is a European language, but which one is it?
Let's see. German?
Correct. Um, Shakes was also praising that well deserved Elaine and even more so Hansle. Um, Further down, yes, Shakes was saying to you that same way Kim's they said Hansle shouldn't have gone. They wanted Omar. Facts. A lot of
Yeah.
Jamaicans are for him. Big
You
up
know,
yourself, Angela. Big up yourself, Shanila. See you guys. Your Shakes also saying that it was a historic performance by Megan, and he was also saying that Poland always has a class team. They specialize in relaying, and America is always the best in female 4x4. Then you have a European team, and
normally it used to be Russia.
yep, but then you know that they're not around anymore in terms of that. And here's Michelle too saying that I agree. Megan gets a special mention from me, and here's also Sheikh saying that Shrek can mash up the thing, crazy girl, the worst brain dead moment in track and field history, much less the Olympics. She was a silver medal in waiting. And here's Michelle saying that very naive of Shrek. I'm still upset. So am I because I believe in this girl. But hey, there are
I
things to
don't
come
I
now.
don't know I don't know if she'd have won the silver medal though, because
Yeah, let's say
obviously
Obama
obviously over the season we see Mbama give her some whopping left, right and center.
everywhere.
No matter what kind of race she can run, she run out hard and make Mbama catch her. She run out slow, she can't catch Mbama. No matter what race she run. So obviously she can go back to the drawing board. She'll have a lot more individual attention because
Mhm.
hey, there's nobody over MVP anymore. She is the face of MVP. She will now be MVP cash cow. So don't worry, she'll be alright.
All right, and on that note, I saw an article the other day with an interview they did with Maurice Wilson. He's saying that this year is the year that he personally believes that Jamaica will surpass that 13 medals, the one in 2009 when you know that boat broke all those records and all of that. So he also went on to say that he expects medals in the throws. Listen, I didn't say throw. Throws that is with an S. He also expect medals in the jumps. Notice I never said one jump, he said jump, so he's peaking right across the board.
Mm-hmm.
First up, James, we're not touching track and field. We're just leaving. Well, we're not touching track, I should say. Let's put the track aside for now. Let's focus on the field. Do you think he's crazy for thinking that, or do you think that Jamaica really has some talent coming through that you honestly believe that can garner some medal in that field? Because, all right, we know that what's her name? Shanika Ricketts.
Mm-hmm.
She's a genuine challenger in terms of getting a medal, but for some reason, whenever it comes on to the time that it matters most, she
Can't do
failed
it.
to deliver.
Mm-hmm.
Tajay Gill on the men's side in terms of jump, he looks good in the long jump, but you have to
Them,
scratch
them,
your
them
head
never
right
send
now.
me around 100 meter.
That is what I'm going to get to now. You have to scratch your head and say, what will this guy be focusing on come this world championship? So you have to have a little asterisk right there, right? No, you
Mm-hmm.
look in the throws. Frederick Bakers, he has done well in some instances, but this man struggles with injury, always injured. So across the board, do you think that he has any meritorious argument or think that he's just wilding?
All right, so quick story, right? When I went to do CXC, I expected to get 8 ones. Trust me, I didn't get 8 ones at all. So let me just tell you, we can all have expectations all we want, right? But again, he is a person who this is what he's supposed to say. He's what he's supposed to say. He can't come out and say, well, he has to build up anticipation, for people like me, people like you, people who really love track and field, build up the anticipation. Hey, Jamaicans are doing well, but when you look at the field, yeah, facts. Yeah, when you look at the field that these individuals are competing against, as you talk about the Ricketts person, if she
Mhm.
obviously competes to her maximum level, obviously she should get a medal. But you know, I don't know what happened at that time. But again, the World Championships are being kept in the United States, Eugene, Oregon. So I think they'll have a lot of Jamaican support there. So probably that can rally the drums, the throws, and but for example, like Frederick and from a bridging name from George's Odion Richards in the shot put, and honestly, those guys just there for participation and the wear the Jamaican colors. Honestly, that's for me. You know, obviously the season won't start yet. Probably as the season progress, then we'll be able to, go ahead and say that. Remember, a lot of persons came here and say, "Hey, Chelsea is the champions elect. Chelsea is going to win the Premier League. I expect Chelsea to win the Premier League." That was before a ball kick. After 15, 20 games, hey, I guess I was wrong about Chelsea. It's still Man City. It's still Man City and Liverpool fighting for it. So I guess right now we can't say anything. We can just talk loosely because nothing is happening, nothing is going on, no competition whatsoever. So obviously, I think that he's just saying that right now. But I think Ricketts, and I like that girl Kimberly too, Kimberly Williams.
Bro,
Hopefully,
that girl will never gain a medal. Trust me. That girl is stuck at one particular level and it's just like, like when you have maxed out, like you reach a ceiling.
mm-hmm,
That's what I get from her because remember that she was basically a flag bearer in that event. And
mm-hmm,
then, uh, you just always expect her to keep on improving, but you just don't see that improvement any at all. So I personally don't believe that she will get there.
mm-hmm,
And at this point in time, I mean, Shanika is really just chasing the silver and the bronze, because
mm-hmm,
that girl from down there in Venezuela, that
mm-hmm,
Gilmar Rojas fella, that girl ain't losing, man. And this is what I'm going to ask you. Even though we're just talking about Jamaica in this
mm-hmm,
podcast, she has jumped at 15.67. That's the current world record. The
mm-hmm.
fastest track in Eugene. Do you think that she'll break this world record again?
I'm telling us the faster track is a myth. I don't think the track is faster, but depending again, you really can't speak now because I don't want to say yes, she's going to break the world record, and then when the time comes, idiot came, so you say she can break the world record. You don't know nothing, So I don't know right now. Let us see how the season progress. I think the World
Mhm.
Championships is what in July. I believe it is July 13 or somewhere around there. So, but I'll be going. Albert said he'll be coming. I see him in the comment section, but he's still on the road. These people, but Albert, if you're going, let me know because I
Camps,
need some.
we need some live videos to post on our channel at that point in time.
Oh yes, man. Yeah, get live videos, live pictures. I'm gonna up and close, take some
Wonderful.
picture. I'm gonna make sure we have a lot of sports frenzy merch. I need to wear my sports frenzy merch over there so people
No
can
more, bro.
see what's going on, and I get some Jamaica merch with my sports frenzy and so. But yeah, so I want to see how the season is going. I want to see how the athletes are performing. Obviously, you know, as we know, athletes can perform well in the Olympic year and come the year after and big flop. They can perform well in the World Championship year, and then when it's Olympics time, it's a big flop. So, we don't know what's going on. We don't know what kind of shape athletes are in. Some athletes, they leg of themselves a little bit, and they know they have to work themselves into shape, especially the athletes who are not really on top of their game or who don't have a strict coach or whatsoever. Because, I'll be honest with you, Megan Tapper, I'd be surprised if she win a medal at the World Championships. Absolutely surprised. And this is just me being honest. I'll be absolutely surprised. Ronald Levy, I'll be absolutely surprised if he wins a medal at the World Championships. Sometimes we just get a little bus somewhere and we just take the bus and we just run with it. So he'll always be an Olympic bronze medalist. But I don't think he'll come back in the World Championships and compete. He'll probably make the final, but again, the guy from over Tumbleweed, he's coming with
Man,
blood in his eye.
I don't want to hear about that guy.
No, he's going to come. The man was
Well, we're
an
not going to
Olympic
call his name. We're
champion.
just going to say that guy.
Yeah, he was an Olympic champion. So, he's going to come back with blood in his eye. The guy from they used to go to Calabar that I think him leave
Oh, Russell.
MVP. No man, I'm name man and get hurt.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, him. I don't remember what his name.
I know you're
Rashid.
talking. Rashid
Rashid.
Randell.
Yes. So, he's going to be in contention. We already know about Parchment. It would be amazing if he could have two back-to-back seasons, but we know where his injuries are concerned. We don't know if we can get anything from him. So I believe a lot of changes will happen. Obviously, I think on the women's side, it is very steady. I think it will be how it always is. I think it will be the Sherika Jacksons, the Shelly and Frasers, the Elaine Thompsons of the world. I think if Brianna Williams don't improve, because I hear Kemba Nelson coming quickly, you know, where Kemba Nelson has been in training, where she's
And
doing
halftime
well,
for Ashanti Moore as
she's
well.
running fast. Yes, Ashanti Moore as well, so I think, whatever Atto is doing over there, I think Atto definitely needs to step it up. I saw Brianna run a race the other day, but it's early season. I'm not judging anybody on early season.
Facts.
Just rush. Um, get rid of the rust. But as the season goes on, obviously, Brianna right now is competing for fourth place because the other three places, let us be real, they can't beat those ladies. They can't beat those ladies. So fourth, fifth, sixth, you probably can make the relay team. And she's the best starter that we have. So obviously we would want her, we want her on that starting leg, to give us a big boost and see if we can grab that world record.
Okay. Yeah, Shakes was saying in regards to Shanika that you can't consider to be the second best all season and then finish fourth at the Olympics. That's choking. I agree. And here's the comment that Kim kind of alluded to that Albert said that sorry I can't join still on the road, but Wilson every year comes out and makes some big statement that don't really materialize. And he's also saying that the fact that we'll be so close to home, we'll have lots more Jamaicans in the stadium. So I do expect the rivalry will be great and we may have a decent medal haul. And he's saying that he has tickets for the sprint front
Mm-hmm.
seat. And Kim Shakes is saying that Kim sort out a ticket for me. If you do, I'll be in Oregon.
What kind of ticket? Which ticket you want to start out? The plane ticket or the champs or the
I
world
think
champs
it,
ticket?
I think it's World Champs ticket because he was asking Albert as to how he got his ticket. So I think
No,
it's regional.
so the way the world champs ticket works, shakes. It's kind of funny, because you have to buy tickets by session. So it's not one ticket per day. So you have to buy either the morning session, the afternoon session, or the evening session on that one day.
Because so much people want to go. Damn, bro.
Yeah, and so what I did, we make sure we buy the closing days them, so they know I go go back now and look at the early days them where nothing not to go on. So me one can lay on the stands and just cock up and just take in some track and field and just easy.
So yeah, he actually answered saying that he's a World Champ. So
Okay. We when we go back on the website, and I bought mine from Ticketmaster. I don't know where Albert bought his from, but as them open, I bought the tickets also.
alright, so Kems, the man want to meet in person. The man want to see the superstar because you are analyst of the year now. So the man want to see the analyst of the year in person.
Oh, that. Oh,
Shake saying that, bro. Anyone you're going, let me know.
all right.
But focus on the jumps a bit, and even in the Youth World Championship the other day, there's this young guy. He's from KC, I think his name is Jaden Ebert. He's like 16 and he jumped like 16.02, I believe it was. Let look at. I
And
feel like
Casey.
yeah, I think it's KC that he goes to.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's this guy that normally go to KC as well. His name is Kerry McLeod. He's like 23 and his PB is 16.40. He made it to the Olympics, right? Now you look at this Jaden Ebert youth at 16, jumping 16.02. That's very impressive, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think he can go to the trials or you think that it's a little too soon for him?
Oh well, nothing is wrong with going to the trials. You can always go to the trials, but let me I don't know how track and field work like this, but let me show you. Say for example, a person like a Sachin Dennis run a champs and he run 10.1, right? So he run at 10.1, which is a competitive time for the male side in Jamaica, right? But when he got to the championships now to compete, for a spot, when he got to the championships to compete for a spot, then he might run some 10-4, 10-5, 10-6 all them time. So I just believe that when it come on to certain competition, then I believe like that KC guy, I think he'll take a scale back, and but I guess the experience will be good. Nothing is wrong. You go out there, you compete, you can make the team great. If you don't make the team, you know you have a bright future ahead of you. Kieran McLeod, he was the one who, I think he had COVID first, and then,
Yeah,
he recovered, and then he was obviously, you want that OLY beside the name. That's a big thing, to be an
facts.
Olympian. It's a big, big, big
But
thing.
guess what? Guess what? Guess who we forgot in that hurdle as well that we never mentioned? A
Mm.
former KC athlete as well that is good in the jumps as well. Wayne Pinnock. Because remember that this is a guy that's good in the long jump and he's also good over the hurdles. So that's another one. So when I look at the field, it's not all that bad, but I personally think that if I was in his shoe, I would really go for this long jump because if you really look at the field now, the field is not as strong as it once was. There's no real big standout in the field right now if you really look at it.
All right, so
So
look, let me tell you about Wayne Pinnock. Right? So last year we had Olympics. This year is World Champs. Next year is World Champs. 2024 is Olympics.
Olympics. Yep.
Wayne Pinnock, 2024. I,
See?
I, yeah, I don't think, I don't think he's ahead of the persons that we spoke about, the Ronald Leagues of the world. I don't even think he's ahead of Brad Bell. I don't think he's ahead of the guy over by Tumbleweed. I think he's, and even in the jumps right now, probably he can make Jamaica team. But I'm talking about competing for a medal. Obviously, I don't think Jamaica team in the jumps is a hard team to make. But I think in competing for a medal, being on the podium or just missing out on the podium, probably a fourth place or so. No, I don't. I'll give him by the next Olympics. Continue working hard, continue pushing forward. Because what I know of Mr. Pinnock, great guy, great competitor. Obviously, when you go to KC, Calabar, those schools, you'll be a great competitor because that champs competitive spirit, will get to you. But then apart from that, I'll give him next Olympics before. Just like the Chris Taylors of the world and all them, I'll give them next Olympics before you can't see anything truly materialize from them.
Okay, and here's Albert saying that he can't make it on the hurdles team. He has a
Yep,
better chance with the jump.
yep,
Another
absolutely.
statement I think Mr. Wilson made was that the male tend to take a longer while to develop than the females, and you have to think that they can do something in the spring this year. So across the board, I'm not sure where Sachin Dennis is at right now. So I'm not going to involve him in this, but the only part that Jamaicans are kind of hopeful of is oblique severe. They think that this guy can make it because he's the only one that the great coach Glenn Mills is focusing on right now. So do you think that he can do some damage this season, or
All right.
again it's too soon for him?
So so before, like Sachin Dennis, he has declared that he's going to compete for Jamaica. I think he is with
Same elite.
yes, yeah, he's with them. Again, I believe that athlete has a ceiling, and I don't think the ceiling is very high. I think he has a higher floor and a low ceiling. So I don't think he would be as great, as persons think that he'll be. Um, but Civil, of course, he made it to the semifinals of the Olympics, right?
Hold on a second. Surprisingly, Albert is saying that he's not with Glenn Mills anymore.
Or Seville?
Yeah,
Where is he? Where is he? Albert.
Albert, infamous as to where he is now.
Yeah. Well, if he's not with, after Glenn Mills is a legendary
Oh
coach.
yeah, I totally forgot. I saw the news and just that it slipped past me saying that Civil is overseas training. He left Mills camp. I saw the news, but it just slipped by.
Yeah, probably. I believe Glenn Mills has passed his best. Um, a lot of persons think, okay, yes, Usain Bolt this, but I think for Usain Bolt it was 70% talent and 30% training. You know, but Oblique Seville and Jazeel Murphy and Michael O'Hara, these runners don't have Usain Bolt talent. You know, don't even have Johan Blake talent, and Johan Blake, head was on his body. So Seville, um, prominent athlete, but when you look at it in a level, Chris Coleman is back. Coleman is back right
I
now.
stick up in Kim. So
Yes.
civil is now with Lance Brahman in Florida.
Everybody want to come to Florida right now. Florida cool, you know, brother. Feel like a Canada,
So
brother.
that's where he's currently
So that's
training.
where civil is?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, but as again, it changes nothing for me. Whether it's with Glenn Mills, whether MVP, wherever he is. Um, you know, good athlete, prominent athlete, but right now the field is just too good for him.
So all
Fred.
right. To inform you
Mhm.
a little, the camp that he's now in it's known as Pure Athletics, I think, and it has Sean Miller, Weibo, Noah Lyles, and people like those in the camp.
Yeah, all those guys faster than him. Noah Lyles. Um, we're just facing the facts right now, people. Chris Coleman, Fred Curley, Andre DeGrasse, Noah Lyles. We can talk about when name
Even the
again.
youngster that's coming through for them, Arian Knighton.
Yeah. Oh gosh, not even talk about him. Faster. Um, even Trayvon Bramwell. All of them. All of these persons. Jacobs, who the winner of the final. All these people, you know, quicker, faster. So, but when name Stephen Francis come tell us, oh, watch out for Tajay Gale, and I told you guys run me down. I think you guys bet me too. I'm going to find back the video.
Mm.
But him going to make finals. Like which finals? That man cannot make no world
Let,
champs
let, let,
finals.
let, let, let us see. If he competes in 100 meters, he will make it.
Or you know that he will make it. You don't know nothing about the man's speed. You don't see no
I
video, you don't see nothing.
Kems, listen, Kems. You see, just like you, I have insights. Just like you,
Yeah,
I can't tell this much, Kems. The producer and I saw that man in training because it's not too far. Because you know that in order for you to go to UA, you have to pass
yeah,
by UTech.
yeah. Okay,
Okay.
but listen. Hold on, no. But listen. You're telling me you don't see Tajay Gale in training. You probably need to come up here and come
Mm.
see Coleman, Christian Coleman in training. You probably need to come up here and see Noah Lyles in training. Those people are flying. Like Tajay Gale,
All right. So, so,
you
so, listen, so listen, Kems. For a novice, Tajay Yell is running 10-1 in 100 meter already. A
I'll give
novice to the
him
event, a novice to the event, early out. Go again,
remember you
please.
know,
1,000 years and Tajay winning gold in Eugene.
Go again.
Tell Kev's put 1,000 years and Tajay winning gold.
well I'll put 1,000 US on what?
Tajay Yell winning gold
We did goal where at the national
in,
trials.
in Eugene.
No chance. No chance at all. Listen, all right, listen. To be honest, I'm rooting for the young man, right? I'm rooting for the young man. Anyone who decide that they want to change events and to come to the sprints, obviously the sprints are more exciting. Obviously, I believe for him, I think long jump give him, a bunch of problems with his injuries. So I think the sprint will be probably better for him. But come on, man, when we look at the competition, normally I don't know if we used to do this. Fix, go sleep. Normally, I don't know if you're used to this. Normally, when sports day come in and you see the big guns they are running at the 100 meter, you try to run away from the 100 meter and probably go to the 200 and the big guns them
Yep.
now run. And so he left the long jump where I believe that is his bread and butter to come into the fire where everyone is um again Ronnie Baker, film name we did forget, Jacobs, Chris Coleman, Fred Curley. Come on, man, like Fred Curley said right now he's going for Usain Bolt record right now.
Oh,
That's a Fred.
please. I,
That's
I,
a
I heard no lies with the same statement before, and we saw what happened. But Kems, good that you just pointed that out because I know that in high school, I saw those guys in the 100 meter and bus. We see a little shot me like so I look upon some great tone man. You know what I did? So now man, we're gonna compete in a 800 meter. I'm good
yep,
enough to keep up my stamina. So I went around and I won the event. So
yeah,
I'm
yep,
a winner. Instead of coming 8 or 19 in an event, I'd rather go to
absolutely,
a next event and win. But
absolutely.
what I'll ask you, and this will probably be the final question in regards to track and field and where we'll call it off for the night.
Hmm.
In terms of breakout athletes or an athlete that you possibly think that can cause some damage this year, who are you really rooting there, or do you think will make an impact this year?
For Jamaica.
Yeah.
All right, for the men's side, my breakout athlete will be Jaziel Murphy. That will be my breakout athlete. I believe that, I have been watching that guy in training. I pay key attention to him again. If you guys remember the Jamaican trials, he's sat in the blocks. He's sat in the blocks. And then obviously when everyone 20, 25 meters, he just run out the blocks and almost made it in the final. All right. So, I'm rooting for Jaziel Murphy again. I am a sucker for those good stories. I competed against Jaziel Murphy when he was at Bridgeport. And trust me, that
What
guy
class?
that huh?
What class?
What class? Class what? Class three? Class three and class two, right? But that guy was sensational. That guy was fast. That guy was quick. That guy was unstoppable. Obviously, when he went to races, like every other athlete, it seemed like when they got to races, they just pick up a bunch of injuries. He was kind of injury prone at Bridgeport as well, but they kept it together. Because he always ran with those things around his hamstring and stuff. But Jazier Murphy is my breakout athlete in the 100 meters. I think Johan Blake is done. Hopefully he can. Hopefully he can call it a day. I think he is done, 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 done. And I know
Boss,
Wally's
boss,
not here.
boss. Just like you said on the Mills podcast that we're not going to take any slander. I don't want anybody to come for me. So we're not
Okay.
going to slander about you and Blake. Because you know that you and I are on the same side in regards to that, but
Yep.
people say beat why beat too much. So we're just going to ease him up now. Or
I,
here what?
I,
I have
I,
I have no I say no filter on the show, so just say it plain blank. You and Blake done. No coming back. That man is
no,
done.
yeah, I think, yeah, I think it's over for him. I
But
think it,
here's Albert saying this, and I kind of agree in a sense. I think Murphy need to shed some more of the weight though, Ken, because you see, right now, I think he's still too big for my liking. In terms of, that it's a guy
mhm,
that is trouble with injuries, and you know that if you have that much weight, it's not going to do you any justice, especially in sprint. So I
mhm.
think he needs to shed some more of that weight. And he's
Well,
like what, 27 now,
hmm?
and he's like what 27 now.
We see somewhere
I think,
thereabout.
Simple.
Somewhere
yeah, man, he's
thereabout.
27.
Is he 27?
Yes,
You
sir.
sure?
Positive. Why I think
Well,
he's older?
I would want to think he's older.
I think he is.
No, he's 27. Yeah, he's 27. The man just weigh what, 159? I think he'll be all right.
Okay, let us see.
I think he'll be all right. But I want what I just think that's my breakout athlete for the men 100 meters. So don't tell me about Tajay Gill. Tajay Gill can't beat that man.
Producer says Tajay Gale for your breakout in the 100 meter.
Yeah, easily.
I said Kemp is wilding with Jaziel.
Yeah. Fancy will be national champion.
I agree. If he goes to the 100 meter, he'll be the champion.
Doubt
But
it.
but
And
Um,
once he becomes national champion, that's when Spreader is going to step up and make him the world champion.
for for the women's side,
mhm.
um, for the I'm going with I'm going with Kemba Nelson. I'm going with Kemba Nelson. I think that she is ready for it. I think that she's seasoned. I think she's very disciplined. I think obviously I think she loves the sport. I think she knows
Mhm.
what she wants to do, and I think no, she would. I'm not sure if she's going to go back to college, or I don't know what her plans are, but I think she probably need to cut down on the collegiate season if she plan to
Fox.
because if she plan to because if you did all that long collegiate thing and then want to come and run in the world champs, then obviously your body can't take so much button bruising. So Kemba Nelson, that's my athlete.
Okay.
For the 400, I'm going to go with Miss Attention, Miss Individual Attention. I think she'll
Bro.
make us. I think yeah. I'm going with the Stephanie McPherson. I think she was bitterly, bitterly, bitterly disappointed. With
When the ban for Nasir will be up. Is it this year or
pick
next year?
next year. She get 2 years.
Lucky for them.
Yeah, 2 years. But I don't even think NASA will come back to her usual quality. You see, NASA look like she
You
turned
wanna bet
model
on that?
now. She
Yeah,
look like
she's
she
a
turned
model now.
model right now.
I love me some Nasir right now, man. But I remember that girl broke out in a bro. She was not the
Rough.
best looking, definitely not. That's why they
That's
always say
what.
they always say
That's what.
money does wonders.
That's
But
what money. That's what money can do. But I'm going with Stephanie McPherson for the 400 for sure. I think she will be the national champion. I like Candice McLeod as well. I think Candice McLeod, get a little taste of success. I remember when she started, they said she was running some 1 minute and so, and
yeah,
she started cut it down and so. So I'm going with that. For the men's 200, I am looking, and I want to say, I want to give that guy Antonio Watson. I want to give him some love.
but which camp will he be in? That's the thing.
Yeah, I don't know. I think and I don't know for sure, but I think the hoopla that Jamaicans create when he do this, I think that kind of messed with his head a little bit.
Yeah,
So if you notice, he has been very low key. I haven't heard anything about
very.
him. Haven't seen him. So I think that I don't know. Jamaica is a kind of society where do make youngsters be youngsters. Obviously I know that the crime rate is ridiculous down there and all that kind of stuff. But I believe that we must can compartmentalize sometime and realize, hey, we're at a championship. This is what we do. This is what we do. When KC win, bop in a Calabar stands. Calabar win, bop in a KC stand. Obviously, we don't think so. They want to shoot them really. We're just having fun, just gestures. But I think that kind of got to him, and I didn't think he was his usual self. But I think he will be indeed training hard. There's another guy from Edwin Allen that I like a lot too.
Yeah, I'm currently
Yeah.
forgetting the name, but I like that guy too. I think he won the
Um,
100 and 200. I think it was
yeah. Well, name. Tell me name again. Albert. Name starts with L.
Brian level,
Right. Yeah. Him. Yep. Yep. He is.
late
I think
bloomer.
he's. Yes. I think he's going to come good. I don't think he should run the 100 because I think he has a bad start. Yes. Thank you, Kish, for you. Yeah, man. I think he has a bad start. So, Oh, and Kish for you. As I talk about that, I see in multiple pictures with people lifting KC trophy. I see in the background, jumping up and celebrating. You love KC body even just like prison board crystal. But yeah, so I think that guy, and we have to watch out for the twins them as well. We have to watch out for the
Tia and
twins them.
Tina.
We have to watch out for them. I think for the World Championships, I would love if they go just as a reserve. Go as a reserve, get the experience. That is what we want to do. And I know we talk about, with Jamaica football team, getting some youngsters. But for this, I think for the track and field, bring in the Tina and the Tia. Bring them around the Shelley and Fraser Price. Bring them around the Elaine Thompson. Bring them around the Sharika Jackson. Make them mold them, make them talk to them. Let them continue to give them some confidence. Hey, you guys are the next generation. Let us not try to separate the thing. Make the gap so big. Bring them in. Hey, come. Oh, I have want to Shelly. Oh, I want to be the next Shelly. Oh, I want to be the next Elaine. I believe it starts from this like a tender age. I don't think there was a lot of persons, around. I didn't think as Sachin Dennis or them around Usain Bolt. Around Johan Blake and stuff like that. So I think let us try and just merge it, even if. And I know Jamaica will complain, when I have the money for facility, listed on the money for facility, that whatever the case may be. But I guess you can do it some other ways, even at the national trial. Say, hang out for a day, because if we look at it, these athletes are really the future. After this,
Definitely.
after
Because,
this,
because you get even though you hear Shelly keep on talking about 2024 and all of that, bro,
yeah,
we don't know because you see when a body gets older, you tend to have breakdown in it. Yes, you have people that take care of their body and
yeah,
probably think that she's one of those persons that take pride in taking care of her body. But let's say give her the next 3 years. After that, she's like what? Way, way, way up. Now is the time that we have to start looking at, as I mentioned, Tina,
yeah.
and hopefully Kevona will sort out her headspace because, as you mentioned on, I think it was last night or a couple nights ago,
Mm-hmm.
that Kevona need to find a
Mhm.
club or a college that is interested in track and field, an environment that suits her. And right now, as I
Yeah.
said, Texas is not the
I,
place for her.
yeah, I don't think. Yeah, I don't think. As again, I said, I don't think Texas suits her, and I'm not saying Texas is not a good program, but again, Texas have so many wonderful athletes. You know, so many wonderful athletes. I think she should try to go somewhere where she is the focal point. Where she is the standard there. Going Texas, I say she's probably the third or fourth fastest one in Texas right now. And normally, again, I don't think Kevona Davis is mentally tough. So, going at a place where you remember, she left from a place where she was the fastest.
Yep.
She was dominating champs, she was dominating Edwin Allen, she was the fastest, she was the gold standard. When you go to Texas, and then it humble you because you're not the first, you're not the second, you're probably the third or the fourth. So it kind of different there. So I think she should go somewhere. I don't know if you remember an athlete by the name of Shauna Helps,
Definitely, bro.
and she used to go Woolmans, right?
I remember her.
She and there was another girl as well, Johnny
Smith.
Smith.
yes, Johnny Smith, right? So both of them used to go Woolmans together.
Yep.
Kevona needs to be careful she doesn't turn into. That's exactly where she heading, boss. Exactly. And Anisha did experience some success,
I think what
whether
is
whether
Shakes
being a
Shakes
really
is
or what.
Shakes is saying that Kevona should be careful that she doesn't end up in the same position as Anisha McLaughlin. That
She
McLaughlin
might
had
end up
champs and
in
all that.
there.
It's based on how she's coming through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Last minute Ramsey going overseas.
What say you, Kim? You think she made the wrong decision going to Texas?
Again, as I
You
told
think
you
she should have?
guys,
What do you think? She
me
should have stayed in
personally,
or not?
all right. So me personally, I'll never tell somebody to stay in Jamaica. Honestly, if you have the
Agree.
opportunity to, if you have the opportunity to go overseas, go. It's a once in a lifetime opportunity. You get all your tuition paid for. Everything is catered to you. All you do is show up, you do your class, and you train. However, as I told you guys before, due to the coronavirus and all of that, they
Yeah.
were waiving the SATs. And I'm not saying Kevona couldn't pass the SATs. I'm not saying that any time. But Texas is a top school. You need high grades for that. So, most of these athletes, them go to junior college and then them transition into the university. So, she got a break to go to Texas. If she want to just pursue school, then okay. But I just believe that for me personally, for my liking, I wanted her to go to a school where she could have been the focal point, where everything surrounded her. Everybody was praising her. No, again, that's it. She's mentally weak. So when she's not getting that much attention, that much praise, she tend to go in a little shell and, shell up and stuff. So that's where Kevona is concerned. But I think we need to bridge the gap. I remember in the Simone Faces of the World, overseas. Hold on, I'm read Albert. You know what I'm saying?
Overseas
Yeah.
is fine. They just need to choose program where they're the top athlete.
Mm. Because a lot of athletes come overseas, them find husband, them find wife, make family, and make them life better. Better standard of living that they were living in Jamaica. So I'll never tell an athlete to, don't come over here or stay in Jamaica, whatever. But again, as we spoke about in other sports, culture matters, coaching matters, all these things matter. The system matter wherever you're going, and you have to go to a particular system that suits your style, suit what you're looking for. Just like if you know, say you can't learn in a big classroom, you're not go them, you're not go university in Florida, and so you're probably gonna go like a private school where 10, 15, 20 students in a class where you get individual attention from the teacher. You're not gonna go to a UA where you're just a number. They don't only know you by your ID number there. No, they want some individual attention. So you just have to choose what's best for you. And I don't think that Texas is it. But still have a lot of time to turn it around. So let us see.
All right, and the final thing that I'll say I'm check and feel is that big up to my nephew. That mean Darlington is no longer at Ferncourt. He's at a school in Kingston. I won't name it because I'll have him on the show at some point. But all I'll say is that it's no KC nor JC nor Calabar. It's another prominent school in Kingston. But whenever he's available, I'm going to bring him and have a one-on-one with him because this man really want to make it into track. He would really want to make it in track and field. And as I mentioned before, he's a guy that he has a good start, but just like a lot of these athletes, it's when it comes down to that last 40 to 30 meters of the race, he starts to falter because just like Brianna, he'll blow
Mm-hmm.
you out of the blocks. But you
Yep.
see after that, that's it, man. This guy will beat in 50 meters, but otherwise, and Krista, no, it's not Wolmer's. It's
Watch,
again.
watch Christopher try again.
And Albert, it's not Campion either. You guys are
Hey,
thinking too hard. Where's the producer? Just give it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, he'll be at Excelsior this season, so big up to the guy,
that's a
man. I really,
big program, man.
And when you Dave Riley.
yeah, yeah, we'll be
And
under
the
David
coach
Riley.
Riley,
Yep.
Yeah.
yes, man. That's a Coach Riley is a big coach, man. That's the best program the team can go under. You know,
Yeah, man.
when you
And
go
let's
to
just stick up in. Just let's point out that he also had the opportunity to go to Jago, but he decided that he's going to
Yeah,
choose
Jacob,
Excelsior
give
instead.
him up on him.
yeah, let me tell you, you see like an upcoming athlete like that. You don't want to go to a KC or a Calabar. Those are gonna use you for those get some champs points.
Yep.
You want a coach that will actually care about your well being and actually can even train you after you finish school. You know, so you don't want to be
Alright, so
a
Kems,
champs
listen with
fresh
this
out.
guy. So this guy actually made it to I think it was semis at champs, and
Mm-hmm.
he had an injury, so he never competed. I believe he had the second fastest time going into the semis and never made it through. But what I want to point out is that this guy was at Frankfurt where he wasn't getting any
Mm-hmm.
sort of coaching. It was
Yeah,
just strictly
talent. Yep,
raw talent only. And to see him doing that well, happy for the guy, man.
obviously, yes, man.
But anything else that you want to say? Your minute or 2 minutes to talk about anything that's on your mind.
Mm. What can I talk about? Don't want to talk about no Tajay Gill. So we have God, sweet NFL. Patrick Mahomes versus Joe Burrow coming up. I'm going with Joe Burrow for sure. Um, he already beat Patrick Mahomes 2 weeks ago. And then we have the Rams and the 49ers. I can't go with the 49ers because they beat my team. So I have to go with the Rams for sure. You guys need to tell me what's going on for the Super Bowl, boss. I need to know what's going
I
on for
never
the
know that you're
Super
still
Bowl.
interested.
No, man.
And you've
I
been
get over,
sobbing
I
so
get
much.
over my, I get over my emotional stance, man. I let it all out and back and ready again. So, we need to know what's going on for the Super Bowl. Um, if not, then but as it relates to basketball now, obviously Anthony Davis is back, soft tissue. He's back tonight playing against Brooklyn, and we see James Harden come out and you remember. Hey, and I'm going to talk about it on the NBA show. But Levon, you remember when I came here and I said, Kyrie Irving was selfish and his teammates don't like it, and they nearly beat me. And I said, oh, Ray. See, James Harden come out now and he said, hey. I can't take this. I don't like Brooklyn. I can't take this part-time Kyrie Irving thing.
No,
When
man. I never
no,
beat you.
not you. No, not
Oh,
you. Not you. Not
because I
you.
was in
Not you.
agreement with you.
No, you were in agreement. No, I said them beat me, man. Them, not you, man. So James Harden is coming out and saying, he wants to test free agency. Can't bother with this Kyrie Irving part-time business. This is not how basketball is supposed to be played. Um, so I'm really excited to see. I think they said that he wants to be in Philadelphia, so we'll definitely see how that one goes. But apart from that, that's what I have. I have nothing else.
Okay. Yeah, man, Shakes. I know that the Australian Open has been brilliant. I'm just sorry that Nadal never get kicked out last night because I really wanted Shapovalov to kick him out, but never happened. And hopefully he'll get beaten by Medvedev if he makes it to the final. Um, Thanks to all of you guys that were here throughout. Thanks to all who commented, or those who didn't comment. Thanks to our producer Josh calling me as possible. And guys, remember to like the video before you leave and keep on subscribing. And even if you need to go back over and watch over some of the videos we did already, please do so because we need to get that viewership up on the videos and continue supporting us at Sports Frenzy. And also remember, go on over and support the Meals podcast as well. A lot of contents over there for you guys, a lot that I know that you guys are interested in. So keep on supporting. And until tomorrow, where I figure more or less that we'll be talking about Jamaica football. Stay safe.
Hold on, hold on, hold on, now, boss. One last thing. as you talk about male podcasts, brother, just remember. So people, we have a very interesting topic coming up this week. The guys wanted to talk about it. I don't know if Levon have any particular story about it, but the guys wanted to talk about, how do you get your woman back after being caught cheating? So they want to talk about ways in which, we can try and get the woman back, things that we do. Some person say, them tell the woman say they want to kill themselves. I know kind of madness. So I really
Producer,
want.
what did you call that? What's your favorite term to use when a man tell a woman that he's going to kill himself over her? Producer, whisper it and say, girl clone.
So a lot of guys, probably even in this comment section, use that excuse, try to hold the woman and try to. But the last guy I see tell a woman say he's going to kill himself. She said, "Go on." So yes, man. Some of these women are cold, man. Some of these women are cold. So we're going to talk about that obviously, and we're going to flip it around, and we're going to say, obviously, if a woman cheat on us, is it over, or do we give chances? What does it depend on if we give chances? So I want you guys to tune in to us, talk to us, let us know your thoughts and stuff. As we try to dissect and try to, if anybody's been cheated or hurt and try to get back their woman, try to let them get back their woman. All right.
Alright, so Shakes, I'll send it to you. I'll send the link to you, bro. Since as you're asking for the name, so I'll just send it so you can subscribe to it directly. So again, big up guys, and until tomorrow, stay safe, Jamaica football.